we are live. Just waiting for this to show it on this stream. To see that it's launched. Hold up 1 minute. Yep, it is there now. It is there now for this to show it on this stream now. To see that it's launched. Hold up 1 minute. Yep, it is there now. It is there now for this to show it on this stream now. To see that it's launched. Hold up 1 minute. Yep, it is there now. Okay, it is there now for this to show it on this stream now. To see that it's launched. Hold up 1 minute. Yep, it is there now. Okay, it is there now for this to. Can I read this? Okay, so I won't give double feedback. Okay, welcome to the undisputed king of sports. I'm here with Faz again. It's been a minute. I haven't spoken to him about the last two games about Chelsea, so I decided to do a little overview of Chelsea, a little Chelsea recap, and basically end of season review for Chelsea. Because let's be honest, man.
It's over.
What are they playing for? So
it's been over.
Faz, how you feeling?
I don't think I'm angry anymore. I am angry, but in the sense that it's hard. It's hard to maintain that. You know, you can't. It's like if you're in a failing relationship, you don't wake up every day still pissed off over the same things. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be stupid. You just get to a point where you don't care. And that's where I feel I'm at with Chelsea now is I just don't care anymore. I don't expect anything from this group of players or this manager. If the manager goes, we get in some, experienced players, and we're still crap, then maybe I would care again. But at this moment, I just don't care. It's the same thing every week. We're going to lose to Aston Villa. And if we don't lose to Villa, if we beat Aston Villa, that might be worse. And I don't even like to say things like that. But for the greater good, for the long term of Chelsea Football Club, it's probably better if we lose to Aston Villa. Because history has a way of repeating itself. I believe last year, the last game that Potter managed was Villa. So could this be the same again for Poch? Could Villa be his last game? Hopefully. Like I said, I don't want to sit here and say, I hope we get beat by Aston Villa. I want to go into every game wanting us to win. But if we're going to play like we did yesterday and in countless other games this season, if losing to Villa is what ends all of this, I'm happy for us to lose to Aston Villa. And I don't care what people say. People might say, you're a fake fan, you should never want your club to lose. It's for the greater good. If it means he goes, I don't care about the Europa League. We would go out in the group stages of the Europa League with this idiot manager.
Against teams that are in like Lithuania.
Yeah, against like Liga Warsaw. You think I want to see us play against teams like that? What's the point? I was told this season that because we had no European football, we'd be able to emulate what we did when we won the league after finishing 10th. And I truly believed that we could do well this season. Yeah, I probably said some crazy stuff at the start that we could win the league. But, ultimately, I thought we stood a good chance to break into that top four this season because we were only going to play one game a week, most weeks. And we've not capitalised on that. If anything, it's not helped at all. It hasn't helped. The addition of playing in Europe wouldn't have made us any better or worse this season.
You have more injuries.
Yeah. But, and that's another thing. The amount of injuries we've had is not normal. There has to be something wrong with the medical team. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs of Chelsea Football Club. I never have claimed to. But this isn't normal to have this many injuries. Yes, there's a few notable players like Reece James, Ben Chilwell. They're always injured. But I don't remember. Lavia played almost every game last season for Southampton. Yeah. There's a lot of players, even now, Malo Gusto, it's either he's been running to the ground because he has to play. Because Disasi at right back, I don't even want to talk about that geezer at right back. That is this new obsession with playing centre backs at right back and low quality. Pep probably.
He did, because remember,
but
he played.
But then on top of that as well, Wale,
he played
is
Ake.
we're playing. The worst part of that is Pep's playing a good centre back at right back, and that's why maybe it pays off. We're playing a bad centre back at right back. His natural position, he's not even good in. So why would you think that he could play right back any better? You know.
So let me go on to this here. So going into the start of this season, here, let's fast forward it back. Poch gets appointed. He gets confirmed as a Chelsea manager. Tell me your initial thoughts. How did you feel about him? What was the expectation? What was the aim? And we go from, and obviously after the result against Liverpool, which was 1-1, you guys won that game in the second half.
Yeah.
What was your feeling going into the season?
So initially, I wanted Luis Enrique. Then, once it's confirmed that it's Poch, I had my reservations about him. How he did at PSG, the fact he'd never actually really won anything, because we're not going to count. Me and you could win something at PSG, and he did his best to sabotage the club there as well. You look at a lot of PSG fans, they never have anything nice to say about him. He bottled the league to Lille, which is very specialist. Only a few managers could do something that stupid, So there was a lot of reservations. Plus, me personally, I don't really care about a manager's affiliations before he comes to Chelsea, I know there's a lot of Chelsea fans out there, like, he's a Spurs man, but I don't care, Chelsea fans don't particularly like Liverpool managers or players. But if Jurgen Klopp came to Chelsea in the summer, do you think I'd care that he's been the manager of Liverpool? No, So there was a bit of that. Then when he comes in, that pre-season, we looked great, I could see patterns of play. I could really see what he was trying to do. And I thought, wow, has it been that I've been so starved of a manager who actually can set up a team, or is Poch the real deal? I weren't sold. Then a few more games into pre-season, I thought, wow, no, he's really got this squad playing, and this is only pre-season. This has only been a few weeks. Who knows where we'll be at the end of the season, Then he starts coming out and saying all the right things. He starts coming out with, there's no excuses. The time is now. Yes, we have a young squad, but I'm not going to make any excuses. We want to compete. And I thought, yes, this is what I want to hear from a manager, And I thought, yeah, he's definitely the right kind of man for Chelsea. Then that game against Liverpool, first half dreadful. We're so lucky that the Salah goal was ruled out for offside. I was there. I was sat there at 2-0. I was ready to up and leave. I never leave games early, but that was one of the first times in a long time that I felt like, you know what, it's going to be the same crap again this season.
Because we had Gakpo in midfield, and he was terrible that game. I remember how trash he was in midfield.
And then the goal gets ruled out. Then we score. I can't even remember who scored it now. Disasi. It was a Disasi header. And then the second half, one of the few times in the second half we've actually came out better. I don't know what he says to them at half time, but it doesn't work. Whatever he's saying, from now on, Poch, if you're here to the end of the season and you're listening to this, I know you won't, but please just go into the dressing room and shut up. Don't say anything, because whatever you're saying is not working. It has a negative effect. Yesterday, we're 1-0 down at half time. Whatever you said to them, then we lose 5-0. They conceded 4 after your shit managerial team talk. That is ridiculous. I've never seen it before, Wale, like this. I've never seen so many times a team comes out after half time worse. How? How does that even make sense?
I have a question. Do you think Arteta did some tactical changes to spice some things up? Because
not really. I just think we're crap.
Had people thinking that he should be player of the year this season.
No, then this is what I mean. The narrative can change so quickly. People they're singing about Kai Havertz 60 million down the drain. Kai Havertz scores again. He scored against a Sheffield United level defence. Alfie Gilchrist at right back. No disrespect to the young lad, but He isn't good enough to play for us yet. I'm not saying that he never
Wait, is
will
that the
be, but
skinhead guy that looked like he went to the
yeah,
Stafford? He looked like
yeah,
the typical guy that went to our school first, man.
yeah. That's what I mean. So he's not good enough. The Sassy and Badashile were
Wait, what?
responsible for.
Thiago Silva, was he injured?
No, he's apparently he needed a rest. But you rest him against Arsenal because we've got Champions League in midweek, haven't we? It doesn't even make sense. Why would you rest him? We've got no other games. Why? I don't understand it. It would have made more sense to not rest Chalobah and Silva against Arsenal and then rest one of them, rest Silva against Aston Villa. But time and time again this season when we've played Badashile and Disasi, we've looked terrible. So why did you persist on playing them? And against Arsenal, who have the most goals in the league or are up there, who are one of the best attacking sides in the league. Kukurea, Petrovic as well. I was talking before about maybe he could be our number one goalkeeper. I'm not going to be too harsh on him. He is young. He has come into a side that are leaking goals.
I feel like he stopped trying. I'm not going to lie. Some of the goals he did not try.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be too harsh on Petrovic, but I would like a new goalkeeper. I'd happily have him as the backup and get rid of Kepa, get rid of Sanchez, but that's going to be hard in itself as well. And that's another dilemma. With this idiot going, there might be a new manager that comes in, and one of the worst things that manager could do is make Kepa number one. And I could really see that everyone's got a fresh start. No. Some of these players do not deserve a fresh start again under a new manager. Ben Chilwell, you don't deserve another chance at Chelsea. You should have been sold in 2022. You're terrible. You know? Mm-hmm. There's so many that I could name. Name. And when you look at players on... I said this to you before. I hate these wingers.
Call the players out.
Ben Chilwell, Kepa, Gallagher... Kind of. I wouldn't mind him staying if he's going to stick around and be a squad player, coming off the bench here and there, playing certain games where you might need someone like that. But you don't need him when you're trying to break down a team that's playing a low block. He's not creative. He doesn't do anything with the ball. So stop playing him in those games. Lukaku has to go. There's no chance of a redemption season.
Lukaku would have scored any of those chances that Jackson missed?
No, he's just the same. We know he wouldn't because last year, look at what he did for Inter Milan in the Champions League final. He actually blocked a goal off the line for them. So all of these hypotheticals about, if we had Kai Havertz, if we had any of them, we'd be crap.
Morata would have scored them headers. Morata was really good in the air for you guys.
Well, he probably would have been offside. So that's all I remember his time at Chelsea for being, is whining,
he was good at
always
the start,
throwing.
That hat-trick against Stoke.
That was his first season. And he had about 12 goals in 13 games, and I thought, wow.
Came back shit.
Yeah. There's a lot of players. They don't deserve another chance.
Christopher Nkunku, how do you feel about him?
Well, he's not really even played. He's played 2 games this season, 2 or 3 games, maybe a bit more.
What's he out for?
So I can't judge Nkunku. It's the same crap. I've had enough of him. I don't care anymore. I said before to other Chelsea fans about maybe you need to run a games in this side, give him 10, 15 games, see if he develops. There's no brain in he has no footballing IQ. And this is what I wanted to say earlier. You know how much I hated Willian and how much I dislike him as a football player. Yeah? Mm-hmm. I hate these players even more because they make me think back to Willian and think I was too harsh on Willian. I weren't too harsh on Willian. He was dog shit. But on reflection, I didn't think it could get any worse. But these players are terrible. Madueke, idiot. Lost any kind of good faith I had in him, with him laughing and smiling with Jack Grealish. I don't care what people say about, these people are, they've got lives outside of football, don't take it too serious. I don't care.
Let me ask you this here. Don't you think it's worrying that Madueke as well? I think you got Thiago Silva, all this pedigree, crime, emotion.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's the difference.
Even Thiago Alcantara, when he got injured and wasn't able to play the freaking Carabao Cup final, he was crying. These
Yeah.
big players want to play in
Yeah.
the finals. They want to win every single thing possible.
Yeah.
So when you
That's
see
it.
people
Yeah.
like Madueke strikes me as a guy that is just happy to be a professional.
Yeah, the kind of guy that just puts vibes on all of his Instagram posts. You know, like, he doesn't care about if he wins or not at Chelsea. He doesn't care about the club. He's not a Chelsea fan. He's not a.
Taking the penalty.
Huh?
You cared about trying to take that penalty.
That's it. That's all it is to flex and to stat pad. That's all he cares about. You know, as I was saying, it shows the complete difference in mentality in just 10, 15 years. It's changed, Wale. You know.
Hear what Poch said about going into the game. He said,
"Go on."
Palmer is a good test to show that we're not Palmer FC.
And we showed that we are Palmer FC. And you showed that you don't have any tactics.
Damn. The stream cut off, man. Yo, guys, man. If you're here in the chat, man, make sure you like the video. The stream cut off because whatever happened, they did not want him to cook. They did not want him to cook. They did not.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It cut off.
Okay.
But what you saying? You said you showed.
Can you see me as well?
Yeah, I can see you. It said you show that you don't have any tactics.
At PSG, it was just a reliance on Mbappe. And by no means am I comparing Palmer to Mbappe. But what I'm saying is this. It was Mbappe getting them out of trouble time and time again. And who is getting us out of trouble? Not Pochettino and his tactics, not anyone else, just Cole Palmer. You know? So that's not. They keep talking about, it's because it's a young squad, there's always going to be inconsistency. That's not why we're inconsistent. It's because most of those players are shit. And it's because we're relying on Cole Palmer, who's 21 years of age, to deliver the goods week in, week out.
Debut season, by the way.
Debut season as well. And he's had an unbelievable season. And even me, I was a bit pissed off with him in that semi-final against City. I don't think he did enough. But then I look at it upon reflection and think, well, he's getting marked by like two men most of the time. You know, he couldn't go anywhere because they knew he was our only threat. And where's the help? You know, we can't rely on a kid to do this week in, week out. And he has. Pretty much he has anyway. You know? Exactly. But he still put up incredible numbers and done really well. You know? When he really had no right to do any of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one was expecting him to do that.
So I got a question for you. When you see Jackson getting cooked, getting destroyed, people say he cost Chelsea that game against City. He cost Chelsea again with the chances he missed.
The chances he gets himself those chances by great movement, by beating a player. So I can't criticise Jackson for anything like that. I will criticise his terrible, horrific shooting. Don't get me wrong. The finishing is up there with some of the very worst, Wale. I've never seen someone so good at everything else and finishing be so bad.
I'm banging. That chance when he went near post, I'm going for a post, man. I'm scoring that shit, man. I back myself to score that shit. But the thing about Jackson that I've noticed is Jackson, and I said this on Twitter. First, how old do you think Ollie Watkins is?
23.
Ollie Watkins?
Yeah.
Ollie Watkins is 28 years old.
No, he's not.
He's 28 years old.
Ollie Watkins is 28.
He's 28 years old.
That's mental.
So first. Prior to this season, have you rated Ollie Watkins?
Yeah. He was good at Brentford.
Yeah. But if you look at it this way, no one could see Ollie Watkins being up there with the top goal scorers.
No.
Same with Dominic Solanke. Dominic Solanke was shit at Liverpool. He's 26 years old.
And Chelsea. So, well, I mean, he didn't really get... He was shit at Bournemouth as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was shit for years, and he's only scoring now. Because the point I'm getting at is a lot of these strikers are blooming late. Because the thing about it is, no striker, no kids don't want to be strikers no more.
No.
And to be honest, first, can you really blame them? When we grew up, there was R9. I watched R9, but R9 we still had that aura being R9. We still had Samuel Eto'o. We had freaking Zlatan Ibrahimovic. We had Wayne Rooney,
Didier Drogba,
Fernando Torres, Michael Owen,
Diego Forlan.
Diego
We
Forlan,
had many.
Radamel Falcao,
Yeah.
Aguero. All of these players.
Suarez.
Players, Suarez as well. Sturridge. All of these players, Faz. They're the type of players.
Yeah, you thought you could slip Sturridge in.
Faz, Sturridge was a baller, man. Sturridge right now is a top two, is a top 3 striker in the world right now. If you bring Prime Sturridge into the season, he's a top 3 striker right now in the world. Yeah. And I don't even think I'm talking crazy. The thing about it is, the reason why I put Sturridge is you can actually see kids going, I want to be like this guy. I want to be like this guy. Who wants to be like Haaland? No offense to Haaland. Who wants to be like Haaland? Like, growing up, would you want to play like Haaland?
No.
And that's the problem. Kids want to be a Bernardo Silva. Kids are more likely to want to be a Cole Palmer.
Or even a Julian Alvarez.
Julian Alvarez, even he's been shit lately. He's been stinking.
Yeah.
Players like that. Kids want to be wingers now. Kids want to be playmakers. Kids don't want to be goal scorers. That's why you got people like Gabriel Jesus who's came out and said, goal scoring isn't my forte. It isn't what I'm good at. I'm a striker. So we're seeing these generation of strikers. This is the worst generation of strikers of all time. So we're seeing these strikers come out and actually say that they don't want to.
That's a good point. I've never really actually thought about that because Harry Kane, Lewandowski are part of the older generation of strikers.
They're pretty much our age group, bro.
Yeah.
They're pretty much our age group. So when you're looking at it, when you look at the crop of strikers, you got someone like let's use Rasmus Højlund for example. Rasmus Højlund should be at like a West Ham. Like he should be learning his trade at West Ham or still being at Atalanta. Nicholas Jackson should have done a couple of more seasons at Villarreal. Players like that, are getting bought early because teams like Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City, not really Man City because Haaland, we knew what Haaland was. They're buying players in the prospect of them becoming the players that they're gonna be, purely for the fact that teams are getting charged too much money for these players. Yeah. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to cut out the whole paying extra by trying to get them in early. Yeah. And which you're gonna see a lot of flops. Which you're gonna see them be in high pressure situations too early. I've said this on record on Twitter. Nicholas Jackson, if he's gonna become a world class player, he's gonna become a world class player, a world class striker at 27, 28 years old. People forget Jackson's 22, 23. Same with Nunes. These players are gonna bloom late.
But this is the problem, Wale, is
they can't do it at our clubs.
We don't have time. Chelsea don't have time to wait 6 years.
They can't do that at our clubs. Our clubs are with now clubs. No,
but you definitely could have a player like Jackson in and around the team and play a decent chunk of games. But you need someone who's there now. Who's look how many games this season we've lost narrowly. If we had an absolute gunman, we're winning those games.
Okay, let me ask you this: how many?
Look at the Man City game the other day.
How many gunmen are in the Premier League? Before we go to the Man City game, what's good, Mike? How many and I was talking about this with Mike yesterday in the chat. Mike joined the stream yesterday, talking about it. But Faz, let's do this. Let's do a game. How many gunmen are in the Premier League?
Haaland.
I got a better one. Isaac.
Salah.
Isaac.
Who?
Isaac.
No. Get him out.
No, Faz, he's got 20 goals in like 26 games.
In the league?
Yes. No, in all comps. But he's on like 18 goals. Let me see his stats. Faz, what? I'm surprised you don't rate him. He's a good striker. He's 24 years old.
No, I've seen him be linked with Chelsea. I don't want him anywhere near us.
Faz, he's literally. Yo, Mike, in the chat.
Light skin, Swedish Denver Bar. Get him out of my mentions right now.
Swedish, that's crazy. He's better on the ball than Denver Bar.
No, yeah, he's all right. He played well against Spurs last season, but
I see what he did to Spurs this season when he had that guy on his head.
Oh yeah, maybe it was this season.
Yeah, Van der Ven. Okay, so fast. Guess how many goals? He's played 24 games. He's got 17 goals.
In the league?
Yeah, in the league. 24 games in the Premier League, 17 goals.
I didn't know that.
The only issue with him, and this is why Chelsea shouldn't sign him. Guess what? Why do you think he's played 24 games?
Sorry?
Why do you think he's played 24 games?
Injuries.
Exactly. If he comes to Chelsea, he's going to be more injured. He's gonna be more injured. Isak is twice the striker Jackson is. I agree.
Who said that?
Mike.
But is he twice the player?
Yes. Did you see what he did to that solo?
Actually, I don't even know why I'm asking this or doing too much Jackson prop. He's annoyed me.
That solo run that he did against Everton last season, where he had like 4 defenders on him, went past all of them, and gave it to Murphy to tap it into an empty net. That dude's crazy on the ball.
But so is Jackson. You remember the start of the season, that crazy run he did against Liverpool, past Konate. He was holding off Konate. Konate's trying to drag him back. And he held up one of the strongest defenders in the league.
That is
and then the worst part is, the reason that doesn't get talked about is because he passes to the worst possible player to pass to on the pitch, in Mudryk.
I would say that's more so strength and like pace, but Isak's one was he went in and out like 3 or 4 defenders.
But he still
was facing this way, did a leg over, turned the defender.
No, but
went in between 2 defenders.
I've seen some incredible technical ability from Nicholas Jackson.
No, I have, but the cutting edges, he's twice the finisher.
Yeah, I guess. But as I said, look, the problem with Jackson as well is you have players like Raheem Sterling, terrible at finishing. You have Mudryk, terrible at everything.
Okay.
You have Madueke, not very great either. So if you had great players in and around Jackson, his misses don't matter because you're 2-3 up anyway.
So you're talking about say Jackson would be like a Nunes, for example, because the games that people said if Nunes scored 10 more goals, I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought about those games. Liverpool won those games anyway.
Yeah.
People need to keep in mind, Liverpool. The reason why we draw isn't because of Nunes' missed. The only game you can really say that his missed chances cost us was what's that game? Luton and Atalanta. But at that Atalanta game, I'm telling people right now, we were gonna concede in that game. His goal would have meant nothing. The high chances that he missed, where he hit the bar like 4 times against Chelsea, we were beating Chelsea anyway. Against Bournemouth, we were beating Bournemouth anyway. All these teams that he's missed against, we were winning the game anyway. All he would have done was padded up our goal difference.
Yeah.
Which, if the title does go down to goal difference, then we can.
Yeah, and I do agree with that. And I think the only game really where Jackson's let me down this season is that Man City game in the FA Cup semi, because they were beatable. They were beatable. But as you said, in the other games that we've lost, we were going to lose them anyway if Jackson had scored or not. Mm-hmm. But that game in particular against Man City is one of the only games I can think of this season where if Jackson had scored, it's a different game. They would definitely take it.
In the chat real quick. So Mike said Jackson has some good moments of hold up and link up play, but Isak is a much more well-rounded player. Yes, and they're pretty much the same.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But the point is, Mike, if we're to sign someone like Isak, we're going to spend 80-90 million on him.
He's going to get injured.
When we got Isak at home. Like the saying is, like, yeah, we've got him at home. We don't need him. We need someone who's going to absolutely revolutionise us and change. It's the same when we were linked before.
Insane, man. He's got the best
but it's the same before when we were linked with Callum Wilson. And people telling me he's better than the attackers you've got. No, I'm not disrespecting him. I'm just disrespecting the fact that I don't think he's much better than what we have. He's better than what we have. It's the same with when Callum Wilson was better than what we had. But I don't want just better than what we have. I want the elite.
Let me see something. Faz, here's the thing. Yeah, if you've got a guy that's getting 17 goals plus Cole Palmer, that's a drastic difference.
But then
keep in mind.
But then they're not going to get 37 goals between them. No
one's saying sell Jackson. We're saying as well. So if you've got Jackson getting 11 goals or 12
personally,
goals,
I don't think Jackson's the striker either. Can I add that?
Oh yeah, he was.
I think
the whole of his career he's played as a winger.
I don't think he's a striker. So Jackson definitely should be playing on the left.
I think he's a second striker. I think Jackson. I think we got a lot of strikers in this era that will benefit of a 4-4-2. Well, I think a lot of strikers can't play front by themselves. I think a lot of them need someone behind them or need someone close to them.
I think you're right in that as well. in pre-season, and Kunku and Jackson were playing together. And I'm not going to ask you to go back and watch our games in pre-season. That's kind of boring and long. But I can send you some clips off their link-up play. It was frightening. I truly believed, wow, what a partnership we're going to have. And then he gets injured, and Kunku is out for most of the season. Pardon?
Who plays number 10 for Chelsea?
I'd play Palmer there.
No, who's playing number 10 right now for Chelsea?
Oh, Conor Gallagher.
You see the problem.
I do see the problem.
Playing Conor Gallagher number 10 is like Liverpool playing Henderson number 10.
Yeah. Like, and you know the big problem. You know the big problem I have with him keep playing there, and then Poch coming out saying that we have no one to link between the lines when Palmer's out the team and all of this crap. You literally have. I can't pronounce the boy's name.
Mudryk at number 10.
We're not going to talk about him.
I swear his best games came when he played down the middle.
No. I don't care now. It's got to a stage where I just want him to go back to Ukraine. I actually don't like him anymore. You know? There's Kearney Chukwuemeka. I believe. I don't know how to pronounce it.
No, he's good. I like Chukwuemeka. Every time he plays,
play
he's
him
on the bench.
Because blame Poch. Ask Poch.
Okay, so Faz, I'm looking at it right now. Mike said, nah, I disagree. That 90 million will solve a lot of Chelsea's problems. Finishing has been a problem all season. I'm not going to lie to you, Faz. A lot of the times why you go into games losing is because you let teams breathe. In the first half. You pepper them. Pepper them with chance after chance after chance, and then boom. That's it.
It's not even just about finishing.
I ask what the majority difference between Gallagher playing 10 for Liverpool, not for Liverpool, for Palace, and for 10 for Chelsea. What's the difference?
Who asked that?
Mike. He said, what's the difference between Gallagher playing 10 for Palace versus for Chelsea?
Well, the difference is he was one of the star players there. You know, he could take a pop at goal, and who's shouting at him? Who's telling him?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest for you. I'm gonna be honest. Let me say this here. This is what it is, Mike. This is the truth. Yeah, and people aren't gonna like this, Mike. If Connor's here in the stream, he's not gonna like this. Fast disappeared. He's Mike.
Yeah, one sec, bro. Hold on.
Okay, people aren't gonna like when I say this. When you're at a team like Palace, when you play bad, it doesn't matter because everybody else played bad. Think about it. Think about it. When these players play bad at Palace, it doesn't matter because everybody else plays bad. When you play great for Palace, is okay. The level of consistency demanded at a team like Palace is easy. When you play bad for Chelsea or Liverpool, you get cooked on Twitter. Mike, we cooked them people on Twitter. We didn't give a shit about Caicedo playing bad for Brighton. When Caicedo plays bad for Chelsea, we seen Caicedo disaster, bad trash comps. There's no pressure. That's really what it boils down to. There's no pressure. If Jackson was at like a West Ham, Jackson would be scoring just fine. Jackson would be looking like Cunha on crack. You know Cunha, the guy that plays for Wolves? You'd be looking like him. Okay, but everyone else is playing bad at Chelsea too. It is, but here's the thing, Mike. Chelsea fans demand more.
Can I just add as well about Conor Gallagher at Crystal Palace is confidence is a massive thing in football. He was given the confidence there to know he's one of the better players. Then he plays. Then he starts to score. I believe he got 8 goals in the league that season. I know that goal they scored.
Amazing goal he scored against West Ham. But continue. I'm going to let you cook.
Sorry. So when you start playing well and you're scoring, it's almost like everything you touch turns to gold. It's the same with Cole Palmer. He hit the ground running, and it's easy to keep that up. When you're on a bad run or a rut, it's hard to get out of that. So at Crystal Palace, he was doing very well, you know, but it's not the same at Chelsea. He's come in and the expectations are different, and he's not done well. And he's not a number 10.
So where did he play? Did he play number 10 at Palace?
I believe so. I believe he played a lot of the time there.
I will say this though as well. What people need to keep in mind. Is this, yeah. The problem with Conor Gallagher is that Conor Gallagher isn't good enough to help you get into the top 4, to help you win titles. The problem with Chelsea is, Chelsea struggle with goal scoring and creativity. Enzo Fernandez is a controller. So everything he does, he's the one that good at recycling possession, tempo setter. He's not a guy that's gonna get a bag load of assists. Chelsea need a.
Well, effectively, it's like playing Tony Cruz next to Conor Gallagher and expecting Tony Cruz to be Tony Cruz
or Thiago Alcantara.
Yeah,
those like that's the type of player that Enzo is. The problem with Conor Gallagher is meant to be either you got a number 10 can do two things: score goals or create goals. If you do neither, you are useless in that number 10 position. Winning the ball back high is terrible because here's the thing, here's the misconception that people need to understand. Liverpool didn't have a number 10, but we had Firmino. Firmino played the number 10. What we did was Firmino dropped back. Salah and Mane were like what it's the formation was basically what Real Madrid are doing now.
Yeah,
the 4-4-2 diamond. Yeah, Firmino was basically the centerpiece of the diamond. He'll drop back and facilitate for Salah and Mane. The problem with Chelsea is Chelsea can create chances, but the chance creation is coming from Malo Gusto and Cole Palmer. If you take away Malo Gusto and Cole Palmer, who's creating for Chelsea?
Well, no
Enzo
one,
Fernandez will create every now and again, but he ain't gonna do. Cole Palmer, no, not Cole Palmer. Conor Gallagher can thread the ball through every now and again, but he's not. There's certain passes that you won't see.
Yeah,
there's certain things that you won't see, and he's just not press resistant. He's not good under pressure, and a lot of teams love to press you when you have the ball. So he's not good under pressure. He's very reckless. He dives in. Like Jackson has to fight off scraps, and Jackson does really well to get himself into good positions. The problem is, and this is what I'm gonna say, Jackson ain't ready yet. And if he's gonna be the finished article, you're gonna see him be the finished article. And I don't know if this is gonna be at Chelsea. You're gonna see him be the finished article at 27, 28 years old. A lot of these strikers are gonna figure it out late because, like I said, finishing is not being pushed as much as it should. Fast, they are coaching these kids to be all rounders. They're coaching and my sister said this on stream yesterday. My sister said that she feels like no specialists in terms of attacks is dead. You got forwards now. Forwards. A player that can play down the middle, on the wing, or maybe a number 10, maybe. But you don't have a guy that all I can do is score. Well, Haaland is all I can do is score. Kane is like a mixture of I can score and create. And then when you factor all that into account, like Isaac is a throwback striker. Do you know how many assists Isaac got? 1. Because all he does is score. And we don't have enough strikers doing that. That's why you got Dominic Solanke up here looking good because he's had time to improve. We got Ollie Watkins having time to improve. And the reason why players like Ollie Watkins are having time to improve is because the environment allows them to actually slowly progress and get better. And like I said, these players like Rasmus Højlund going to be good when he's like 25, 26. These players at these big clubs being asked to put up Haaland or put up numbers that can be comparable to Haaland or even a tier level below. And a tier level below Haaland is at least 18 to 23 goals in the league alone. Haaland missed a lot of chances, but he still walked himself to 30 goals.
Yeah.
Basically tried to eliminate the striker and basically tried to say, get all these players that can score from anywhere. That's the problem. Alvarez is suffering at Man City.
But this is what I mean. I don't know. There is a big problem at Chelsea that needs to be solved. And I don't think it gets solved by just signing a centre forward, by getting a new manager.
Okay, let's do that. Fast. This is a good topic. And this is going to be a topic that I'm going to let you lead in this. Because Mike just put in the chat. Mike said, can we have a breakdown / opinion of individual Chelsea defense? Who do you think they should keep? Who do you think they should sell? You know what? Let's do the whole squad. I'm going to pull up Chelsea's whole squad on my other monitor. I'm going to go to you first.
Whilst you get it up, is it all right if I quickly go toilet?
Yeah, go for it. So if you guys like the video, do what you guys need to do. I'm going to pull up the whole Chelsea squad. 25-man squad. And we are going to do the whole team. And then at the back end of the stream, we're going to talk about slots. I'm not going to lie to you, Mike. When I saw that slot, dude, I thought we are just getting a Ten Hag clone. Who knows? He might be a Ten Hag clone. If he's a Ten Hag clone, then we in big trouble. We in very, very big trouble. Okay, so I got Chelsea's 25-man squad. Okay. But anyways, guys, let me know in the chat. How do you guys feel about Chelsea? Do you think that do you think it's Poch's fault, or do you think it's a mixture of Poch and the players? Me, I think it's 60-40. 60 on the players, 40 on... Actually, wait. Let me divide it a bit more. I think it's 50, 20, 10. Wait, did I get it right? Okay, no, I think it's 50. 50, 30, 20. So 50 on the board, 30 on Poch, and 20 on the players. Some of these players are not good enough, and like Rio Ferdinand said this multiple times. Rio Ferdinand says that regardless of how great of a player you are, you still need to be coached, because without a good coach, there's no direction. Coaches give you direction. Players need to be told what to do. Players need to be told what to do. That's the reality of things. Players need to be told what to do.
Hold on, I'm back. I'm coming.
Okay. But, yeah, we're going to do that breakdown. I got the whole entire Chelsea senior team on my screen on the official Chelsea website. So, Faz.
Yeah.
We're going to do keep, sell. I am not going to include the third choice goalkeeper because he's irrelevant.
Who is that? Bertinelli?
Yeah, he's irrelevant. Like, he really doesn't matter. He doesn't matter. Okay. So, Sanchez, keep or sell?
Sell.
You know, actually, let's do this properly. I'm going to make it a segment. I'm going to make it a clip.
Okay.
I'm going to make it Faz, who Chelsea squad, keep or sell. And this is going to be a clip. And we're going to do, and we're probably going to have to do part 1 and part 2. All you just need to do is keep, sell, or bench. Okay, no, start, sell, bench. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, Robert Sanchez.
Sell.
Petrovic.
Bench.
Dizazi.
Sell. No. Bench.
Okay. Cucurella.
Sell.
Badashile.
Bench.
Thiago Silva.
Well, he's going, so, but it's, you know, if it was up to me, I'd keep him around for the squad. But,
okay.
So I'm going to say sell.
Trevor Chalobah.
I'm going to say sell. He deserves to be playing week in, week out.
Ben Chilwell.
Sell.
Reece James.
Even if we have to pay someone to take him, sell him.
Reece James.
Start, but will he start?
Okay. So you're going to say start. Okay. Levi Caldwell.
Start.
Malo Gusto.
Bench. Or start. Playing left back.
Wesley Fofana.
Start.
Even after 2 ACL injuries?
Well, I guarantee even if he came back and he had one leg, I bet he's a better defender than Badashile and Disasi.
Alfie. Well, the skin.
Don't call him Alfie as in like that. As in it makes it sound like he's one of us and I love it. No. Bench or loan him out for a few years. See how he develops.
Sarr.
Malang Sarr.
Yeah.
He's still at the club. Sell. He's crap.
Enzo Fernandez.
Next season is his last chance to start.
Leslie Ukuchukwu.
No, bench or get rid or loan.
Why did you buy him? Who did you get him from?
I want to say Rennes or somewhere in France. I think it
Okay.
was like 16 million.
Carney Chukwuemeka.
Bench.
Conor Gallagher.
Sell.
Moises Caicedo.
Start.
Harry said sell Penzo. Okay. Wait, who's this dude? How do I pronounce his name? Cesar? Say. It's the Italian dude. The one that wears number 31.
Oh, Casade.
Yeah, Casade.
Loan.
Romeo Lavia.
Start.
Raheem Sterling.
Sell.
Mikhail Modric.
Just like Ben Chilwell, even if we have to pay someone to get him, gone, do it.
Mikhail Modric.
Sell. Or loan.
Noni Madueke.
Sell.
Jackson.
Bench.
Christopher Nkunku.
Start.
Cole Palmer.
Start.
David Washington.
Loan.
Diego Marina. Where is his name? Chelsea winger.
Who? Oh, the little...
Yeah,
loan.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's your team. So you basically said you actually keeping a lot of players.
Well, if it was up to me, I'd get rid of all of them other than Cole Palmer.
Oh, okay.
But, you got to be a bit realistic. But, yeah.
So
I mean, there's some other players that were missed off the list. I'd probably loan Angelo, I think his name is, for another season. And then you got Pendry.
The one Brazilian dude with the fake teeth. Yeah, the corn.
Andre Santos?
Yeah, what happened to him?
I don't know. I think we brought him back from loan and then loaned him elsewhere. I don't know.
Give him the transfer for Fana?
I would. What, David Datro for Fana?
Yeah.
Well, he's gone out on loan to Burnley and he's doing better than Armando Brosier's doing, so maybe.
Okay, let me see. But hey, man, at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, Chelsea these young players need direction, and I've said this in the past. You cannot. And Rio Ferdinand said this. He said these players need to be coached. They need to be told what to do. They need structure. And Chelsea
and they've not been coached for about 2 years.
So I got a question.
A lot of them.
I got a question. Would you swap Poch for Ten Hag?
Yes. No, I don't care. I don't care. Happily. Last season, we saw patterns of play under Eric Ten Hag. We could see the vision. Man United are similar to Chelsea. We're both toxic. But the difference is Ten Hag is still a good manager.
No,
okay, he's letting himself down and getting some...
As well, Faz.
No, but he was still... There was still stuff you could see. You could still see what he was trying to do last season. What have we seen from Pochettino this season?
Yo, Mike, if you're in the chat, tell me what you think about that statement. I ain't gonna lie, man. The team looks exactly the same as last season. To me, Faz, it looks exactly the same as last season.
Last season they were pushing top. They pushed top four. They got top four. They won the Carabao Cup. They had some run of games where they looked really good.
Exactly the same as last season.
Oh, I'd even argue we may even look worse. From a tactical standpoint, we look worse.
George, what's his name said? He said the allowance Ten Hag has is incredible. And
who said?
Mike, and the injuries. Is that because these are Ten Hag players? You want to sign Anthony?
Yeah, he wanted to sign Anthony earlier on in the window, but Man United do what they always do: wait too long, the price goes up.
Do you want to sign him in general?
What, Anthony?
Yes.
Well, based on his form at Ajax, I can see why he did it. Who? I think he was injured.
What successful? Okay, there's a couple of things that Ten Hag did that was good. Garnacho is good.
Kobe Mano.
He's good. Who else? Oh, at least Mount would have stayed.
But how would that be a positive?
Hey man, you liked Mount.
I did, but it wouldn't have been a positive if he stayed or not. We'd still be crap.
Okay, let me ask you this here. Would you rather have Mason Mount?
All Mason Mount is Conor Gallagher with a little bit more technical ability.
And he can pass. Do you think Conor Gallagher making that pass in the UCL final?
No, he'd probably pass back to the goalie.
And that's the problem, first man. That creativity, man.
No, but that again, that doesn't. That's not because of Mason Mount. That was because of Thomas Tuchel.
Mike,
because in a few months.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'll ask you a question. How many Chelsea players get into the Arsenal starting 11, Fez?
If the players are fit.
Yeah, the whole
like. Are we talking about like Reece James as well?
Yeah, we can do that.
3, 4.
Okay, so they go keep Ryers and goal. Right back Reece James. Centre back, I'm keeping it to Zach Arsenal. Left back. You know what? Because I do not like their left back, I will play Malo Gusto left back.
Yeah.
Midfield. That's all Arsenal.
That's all Arsenal.
Yeah. Attack.
Cole Palmer and then Kunku.
And then Saka.
Yeah.
Or even you can even make a case for Trossard.
No. I'd rather have Saka over Trossard.
Trossard's more clinical in front of goal.
Saka's the better player though.
Yes, but hey man, Bagsman, innit?
Nah, I mean, I don't know who's asked that question, but you know, I'd be silly to say anything over 2 or 3 players get into that Arsenal team.
Was this worse than 6-0?
No, because they had a relatively okay team. They weren't 10th or 12th in the league when they got slapped 6-0. No one was expecting them to get beat. I said in the chat, you can go and check that we're going to lose 5-6-0.
No, I mean, is this worse than 6-0 as in like the performance-wise? Because some people are saying that performance-wise, this was a worse performance because Arsenal was not that good in the game. City.
Who said that? No, we're just crap. We're crap.
I'm talking about against City when you lost 6-0 to City.
Oh, right. No, that 6-0 against City was genuinely Marcus Alonso. I remember him being at fault for at least 5 of those goals. Yesterday, it wasn't an individual. It was the bulk of them are all crap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying if it's the bulk of them, wouldn't that make this a worse performance? Because even though the bulk of them were crap, you still had chances to score. You guys could have scored like 3 goals.
Yeah, this was a worse performance.
The City game, you got bopped from left to right.
No, that was the worst performance I've seen from a Chelsea side in my life, I believe.
Oh, my Mike is referring to F1. He said Marcus Alonso.
Oh.
Yo, Mike, my brother be getting up early for F1. He loves that shit, man. And but what's it the freaking at the end of the day, Faz, let me ask you this. Does this make Arsenal in pole position to try and win the league if City drop points?
Yes and no. They still have to go and play Tottenham, don't they?
Yep, so the City.
Yeah, but, you know, at this stage of the season now...
Tottenham have to play Arsenal, Liverpool, and City. They're not losing all them games. You know they're taking points off one of them 3. But
then it would also be quite Tottenham to lose all of those games.
No, but here's the thing, Faz. Tottenham win when it don't matter. So they're taking points of one of those 3. And they're at home for 2 of them?
The thing is, like I said, I can see a world in which Tottenham lose all of those games. And then I can also see a world in which they win 2 out of those 3 games.
City and Arsenal.
You know, or they take points of all of them. You know, they draw 1, they win 2, they draw 2, they win 1, you know. But I just don't know. You never know what you're going to get with Tottenham.
Arsenal fans said if they beat Tottenham, they win the league.
But if City win all of their remaining games, they win the league.
I know.
And City are well within their rights to be able to do that, especially now without having the Champions League to focus on. They've just got to focus on the Prem. The FA Cup, they don't need to worry about that till the end of May now. So there's nothing, we've got to prepare for the FA Cup or we've got the semis. That's all done now.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got to focus on 6-7 games left.
So you got City winning the league?
Unfortunately, yeah. But I just hope that they get their 115 charges against them, and I hope they get stripped of all their trophies.
They won't.
They won't.
They won't.
But then again, I don't know how to word this. I don't care if Arsenal win the league anymore or Liverpool. If it's one of them, I don't really. It's not going to bother me because I don't.
Worse, Faz. Nah, man.
How could it be any worse? We just lost 5-0 to them, Wale.
Nah, man.
What can they say?
Nah, it's gonna be worse, man.
No.
No, because 5-0, you can get over 5-0. You beat them 5-0 as well. Don't you remember? You battered them too. You got that.
Yeah, we beat them 6-0.
Exactly. Remember what Salah scored?
And we beat them 4-1. 4-1 in the Europa League final.
Arsenal fans are already insufferable.
Yeah.
Like, anytime they win a game, now Odegaard's player of the year. People are telling me that Odegaard was shit like before January.
That's what I mean, though. It only takes a game for everyone's opinion to change, you know? They stopped all that nonsense with Kai Havertz recently saying that he's crap again. And then we let him dunk on us twice. And they're saying about, 60 million down the drain, Kai Havertz scores again.
Oh, yeah,
sing the crap
stuff. Kai Havertz with you now.
Huh?
Since Kai Havertz scored, I need this to be a perfect clip. I need to get your opinion. Did you guys make a mistake on selling Kai Havertz? Would you take
No,
Havertz back?
because Christian Benteke has scored against us. So scoring against Chelsea means very little in the grand scheme of things. This is what I mean. No one was asking these questions before yesterday. Now that he scored a crap brace against a crap side, people want to go on like we've made a mistake. The only mistake that we possibly have made is letting go of Mason Mount. And even then, that hasn't turned out to be a mistake. He's been crap. He's been injured all season.
So you think Kai Havertz is not a good player?
No, he's terrible. He had 3 years to adapt to the Premier League, and he hasn't. He's now gone to a side that create 1,000 times more chances than Chelsea, and he scored 2 more goals than he did at best at Chelsea. And people want to go on like he's scored 30 league goals. He scored 11.
Okay, so someone in the chat said Odegaard has been great all season. Havertz coming in, pushing Odegaard's back ever since. Okay, so he's saying Havertz going up top has freed up Odegaard to play Cam again. Yeah,
I do like Odegaard. He is a great player, but I've seen. But again, you know, Arsenal fans get too carried away saying that Real Madrid made a mistake by letting him go. I don't even think he.
No, they didn't.
I don't even know if he makes the bench.
Made a mistake. No, they did it, man.
You know, I don't even think he makes the mistake. The bench.
No, they did it. Bellingham's better than him.
Exactly. So, you know, enjoy it. Enjoy it. You've got some good players, but just stop getting so carried away. That's what makes you so unlikable. Just enjoy that you're back there for once. You know?
Mm-hmm. All right, so fast. Mike put in the chat, you versus Robbie in a boxing match, please.
Robbie from AFTV, I presume.
Yes.
No, he'd beat me up.
Okay.
But he's got bigger fish to fry and all of that stuff, so he ain't worried about me.
Yeah. It is what it is. Okay, so now let's move on to the back end of the conversation. Liverpool are trying to acquire their own bold fraud. We said, yo, we keep losing to Pep Guardiola. So, yes, let's get our own bold one. We saw Man United try and get one from the Eredivisie in Erik ten Hag. We are going to try and do the same thing, but get one from the Eredivisie in Slot. Or some people are calling him Slot. Or some people are calling him Kingpin. Phil Mitchell. I've never seen Phil Mitchell on my timeline so much, Faz. I've never seen Breaking Bad on my timeline so much because they keep saying...
Well, you said earlier that he's similar to Klopp. Maybe they call him Slop, Sin.
Slop. Jurgen Slop.
So,
no,
I mean, look...
similar to Klopp in terms of play style. When he does that stupid smile that Klopp does when he's conceded a goal, he's like... You know that stupid smile that the Klopp does when he lets go and his team's getting cooked? He does that same thing. I don't know much about this Slot geezer, but... What I do know is a lot of people on Twitter that are Chelsea fans, normally even last year, going back to last year, I saw a lot of them wanting him. Yeah, I just looked at what Mike said. Mike said, anal slut is a bold fraud. If he's crap, if he goes to Liverpool and he's crap, there is some unbelievable slander name potential. Fans, remember when they called him 9 hog, 3-2 hog, no hog?
Yeah, 7 hog is my favorite.
Oh my lord, man! These people set themselves up to be memed. He don't even have to be crap fans. He just has to lose a game.
Yeah,
he just has to lose a game. Like he's looking all smiley, man. People need to understand the Premier League is no joke. When you manage the top 6, the jersey is heavy, the suit and tie is heavy because us fans here, we are the worst. We bully players. We bully coaches. We call them shit. We abuse these players. No other league does it this bad.
Yeah.
So as far as him, I heard he has good possession stats in terms of winning the ball back high in the final third. He has the best in the top 7 leagues. Guess who's second?
Pep?
Liverpool.
Oh.
And he has the most comebacks outside of Liverpool from being a goal down. And
I mean,
apparently Feyenoord were bums before he managed, and he almost won a league with some next Dutch team. So yeah, also he lost one game last season when they won the league.
I mean, in terms of, I don't mean this in terms of his looks, but he doesn't seem to be a very attractive manager in terms of. Not many people are talking about him outside of now Liverpool. But that could be perfect. There's not many expectations on him. Whereas if you was to have got someone like Xabi Alonso, the pressure would be on Xabi Alonso to deliver straight away. After the season he's come off, the pressure would be Xabi Alonso has to deliver now. With Ernie Slot coming in, not many people know much about him.
And people already want him out.
You know?
People already want him out with Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, but that's crazy. That is nuts.
Like Faz, people want him out, and he's not even in.
The only manager that I would want out before they even arrived would be if we brought back Graham Potter or Frank Lampard.
No, but here's the thing, Faz. When you wanted Graham Potter out, you've seen what Graham Potter's done. You knew all about Graham Potter. When you wanted,
I wanted him gone before he even came.
When you wanted Poch out, you knew. Like, there's certain managers you can tell. Yeah, he ain't that dude.
Yeah.
Like, Graham Potter gave me Brendan Rodgers vibes.
He was worse. That's harsh on Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers has won stuff with Leicester. He won the FA Cup. He's won the treble with Celtic. He got very close to winning the league with Liverpool. I would take Brendan Rodgers. I would take Brendan Rodgers over Poch. That
Liverpool season was the most individual, brilliant season you will ever see in your whole entire life.
Yeah, but
he lived off Sturridge and Suarez that whole entire season.
This is what I was saying to you earlier about it's clear that Chelsea...
the most assists that Gerrard's had in years at 36 years old. Scoring 11 goals as well. Come on.
As I said earlier about it's clear Chelsea just want a yes man. Yeah, I think Brendan Rodgers fits that mold. He's got a clear style that he wants to play. He doesn't divert from it, which can be a good and a bad thing because once he gets found out, and you're easy to play against. But at the same time,
Mike said,
when I
Brendan
look around and
props are not
think of
welcome
the
here.
managers we could get, are Brendan Rodgers tops that list, and because Thomas Tuchel isn't coming back,
Yeah, I got to ask you something.
they're not getting Mourinho. The choices they're going to go for will be managers like Thomas Frank and Jesse March.
First, let me ask you a question. Do you think the Premier League's do you think football's in a worrying state from a managerial perspective? Because all the good managers are old. They're all old. They're all at the age where you should start winding down, where you should start considering international football. Mourinho should consider international football for his age.
Well, I think that's
no
just what it looks like.
Man. There's none. Everybody's a gamble.
I think that's what it looks like at the moment. But, the emergence of some top managers could come out of nowhere. Yeah, everyone's looking at former players now, like Xabi Alonso. Even I've seen some Chelsea fans talk about, pardon?
Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, talking about Cesc Fabregas as well. He
understands the game pretty well.
Yeah, but it might not translate well. And there's so much more than just the tactical side of management, Some of these managers are so good tactically, but they have shit man management skills.
Did you hear that Xavi might be staying? Xavi's staying.
At Barca?
Yeah. I don't think he's a bad manager, Xavi. I just think Barca, he's managing Barca at the most restricted time. The Barca job is actually one of the hardest jobs in football because of their financial issues. And I think he's a good manager. I think he's got a good style of football.
But as I was saying, look, there could be a few managers that pop up in the next few years that no one was thinking of. Like we were saying earlier about, there's a lot of young managers who never played at the top level, but they've studied the game. So they're young, but they know what they're talking about. There might be someone out there now that's studying hard, that's ready to make the jump to being an elite manager that we just don't know about yet. It's the same with players, People look around and say Mbappe and Haaland are going to be the new Ronaldo Messi debate. How do we know that?
Yeah, man. Dance is on the come up.
Who?
Dance. Jaden Dance.
Okay. No, but you know what I mean? That next season, there could just be the emergence of someone 17, 18 years old who grabs that spotlight and runs with it.
Well, Dance. He's 18 years old.
Okay. I was talking more someone... I was talking more someone like Endrick or someone like that.
He's an industry plant. Dude, every picture this dude takes and everything this dude does is iconic.
No, he's Brazilian, man. The South American.
They have an amazing PR team to sell us on some.
No, do you know what else I would do if I was Chelsea? Just sign South American players, please.
That's what you're doing already.
They have the best.
That's what you're doing already.
But I don't mean toddlers, mate. I'm talking about signing South Americans with a bit of experience.
Oh, so ones that are actually in their 20s, not ones
yes.
that like the test tube.
Yeah. And because the mentality is the best.
Oh, so I'm hearing that Gakpo got dropped. That was very stupid, Jurgen.
For what? Stupid, Jurgen. For tonight's game?
Okay, Nunes is starting. Gakpo should have started.
What's the time?
15 minutes to 5. But fast, there's certain people I follow on Twitter that leak the team sheet out.
Who are you playing?
We're playing Everton at 8 p.m. They leaked the team early. Yeah, I'm not confident in that game. You're laughing because you know it's going to be 0-0.
No, it's 1-0 Everton. I've seen the script.
Oh, okay, probably.
Oh, good times.
That'll be the
Why can't you not just be crap like us?
That's the first. That would be the first time Klopp has lost to Everton.
In his last game, it's written, mate. It's obvious. In the last time he plays,
why is Sharky with Camavinga?
I don't know.
Nah, but what's it though? Hey, probably. I could see it be a draw. I think it's gonna be 0-0. 90% of the games are 0-0. But I would have started. What's his name? What's that brother's name? Gakpo. Gakpo's been playing really well net left wing. But who knows, man? I'm already looking to next season. This season's over for Liverpool anyway. Oh, we can't win no titles. Too many shit needs to happen for Liverpool to do anything.
I think one thing that I've probably said this before, but I'll say it now, is one thing I won't be doing is getting carried away again. Even if it is Thomas Tuchel.
Rory Jennings, no holds bar match, please.
I'd happily put that Tory bastard for a fucking table.
Yeah, apparently 5'7", 5'6".
Yeah, he's done damage to the club as well with his crap takes. I hate him.
Oh, you got James Gordon as well.
I hate a lot of them. You know, they just come out with... None of them can form their own opinion as well. That's one thing I'll give Rory Jennings, is he isn't swayed by other people. He comes out with his own crap.
No, because he's a passion merchant. Everything he does is based on the history... if the 1940s, and this is how that's what everything's done. Like it's like bitter. Like he said, fans, be honest with me. Is Tottenham your bitter sworn rivals?
Who?
Tottenham. Are Tottenham your biggest rivals?
Not for me. And I'll tell you this as well.
When he said Tottenham are your biggest rivals.
When they do I've said this before in here, I think as well, about the liquidator. Stop doing it at Stamford Bridge. When they do that and they do the da-da-da, we hate Tottenham, Chelsea. If you're not playing Tottenham, why are you singing about them? It's so weird.
Did you know? Call it 3-point lane?
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't hate Tottenham. I just don't care about them. You know?
Nah.
I've said it before. I hate Man United.
The person we went to school with, man. I used to love us beating them.
No, but at the same time, if Tottenham beat you, it's like, who cares? No, they're not going to do anything with it.
That game pissed me off. But maybe the context of the fact that we got robbed in broad daylight. Oh, man, we could have done with that extra point. When Odegaard handballed the ball, we could have done with that extra point.
Yeah.
When McAllister got booted in the chest against City, we could have done with that extra 2 points.
It's true. But, I mean, like I said, if we lose to Tottenham, I'm not happy about it. But if we lose to Man United or an Arsenal, I'm not happy at all. I'm almost disgusted.
But then again, I did predict Nunes to score. I predicted it'll be 2-1. I predicted it'll be 2-1. I wouldn't be surprised if Liverpool don't lose a single game this season, and it not mean nothing. Yeah,
there's a world in which that could happen, but I think we're losing tonight.
I wouldn't be surprised if we lose the league by 1 point, because you know who we've lost the league by 1 point the 2 times. Do you know who the last game of our season was? Where we lost the league by 1 point 2 times.
Aston Villa.
It was Wolves, and guess what? Our last game of the season this season is Wolves.
Damn.
But I don't know, man. I wonder if Salah's starting.
Let's see.
But one last thing, Faz, to ask you. So you predict 1-0 Everton, yeah?
Yeah.
You think this is the nail in the coffin of Liverpool's title race hopes?
Well, if you lose to Everton, I think it's over, mate. But I was kind of trolling when I said you'd lose to Everton. But there's a world in which you do lose to Everton.
No. Have you seen the history of this fixture?
Yeah, or there's a world in which you beat them 5-0. You know, there's another world in which you win 5-0.
Who's not scoring 5 goals? Who's scoring the goals?
You never know,
Jota's
mate.
out for 2 weeks.
Let's see what happens. You know,
not gonna lie. If Jota gets one more big injury, I'm selling him.
Yeah,
I'm selling him, man.
Well, that's kind of how I feel about Reece James, to be honest. You know, another big injury, another season out. If we can cash in on him, good enough.
But I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Nunes deserves to start based on his recent performances. But hey, man, maybe he done well in training, because training is what gets some of these people the opportunity to get back into the team. But, but dropping, I know the front three he's gonna go for. I know what the front three is now. It's gonna be he's gonna be Diaz, Nunes, Salah.
You know what? Hearing you grumble at that when I think about our front three
Did
is
you see? Did
crazy.
you see the Triple Palace game? Did you see the Palace game?
I did, mate. I did. Is
Joe, actually,
Curtis Jones back?
we were. What would you say?
Curtis Jones back?
Yeah, he missed that goal 1-on-1. We put it to the
He's
freaking
scoring the winner.
tonight. So he's scoring against
Yeah.
Everton again. Because remember, he scored that banger
Yeah.
against Everton, and we were like, "Yo, this guy's gonna be some hot prodigy." And then he was trash, like after that game. And then now
Yeah.
it's just.
No, he's scoring the winner tonight. I can feel it.
I'm not gonna lie to you though. Slop's do you know Slop plays with a number 10.
Mm.
So he plays with a number 10. So we got. So if I was to make, and I think Fabio Carvalho is gonna get another chance. Let me see Fabio Carvalho's stats in the championship this season.
But what about Harvey Elliott there?
He's gonna get a chance as well. I think Harvey Elliott in some games he plays well right way. I think Harvey Elliott is a shit Phil Foden.
That's a crazy statement.
They literally have the same amount of speed. It's like if Phil Foden was worse, he'll be Harvey Elliott. Okay, let's see. What's his name? Fabio Carvalho. So fast this season, Fabio Carvalho has played 7. Wait, hello? Oh, he's gone. Fabio Carvalho has played 17 games, Faz, and 8 goals. Hello, can you hear me? 8 goals in 17 games.
Damn.
In the championship, and he's 21 years old.
Not bad, but you know, look, the championship is completely different to the Premiership. Let's see what he can do next season.
We were playing him left wing.
Well,
and he was playing for a shit Liverpool last season.
That might be true. But let's see what happens.
It was horrible. Like, I wouldn't be able to do anything if I had Henderson next to me.
Yeah.
Damn. Declan Rice's girlfriend has deleted all her social media after online trolls have
That's not nice.
It's not nice at all.
I mean, I don't like him, and I wish him the very worst in his footballing career. But off the pitch, he seems very nice. And no, I just don't like Arsenal, and I don't like him. To be honest, I think he's overrated.
Okay, let me ask you a question, Faz. Would you have given Aubameyang more of a chance? Because Aubameyang, if you look at him this season, he's been phenomenal in Europa League. Yeah, he's the all-time Europa League top goal scorer. He's been phenomenal this season. Like, he's finishing and people can't tell me it's because it's the league, man. In front of goal, he just looks better. He just looks good in front of goal. Very clinical this season.
I mean, yes and no. I would have given him a chance this season.
Because he didn't get a chance because Potter just blackballed him.
But he's a weird character, you know. Like, he could have been given a chance this season and not done what he's done for Marseille this season.
No, he goes to go this season.
19 or something.
So he's got you want in all comps?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get this up. Okay, so I am on transfer. Okay, hold on. Let me do this properly. Okay, let's do this properly. Okay. In all comps, he's got 25 goals and 10 assists.
That's not bad at all. But, I mean, like I said, look, I don't want to dog on the French League or the Europa League, but would he be doing this at Chelsea? I don't know. You know, I don't want to say no.
We played Champions Leon played Champions League. Marseille played Champions League this year. Which way was the qualifier? Oh, no, it's qualifiers. He scored 2 goals in 2 games. In their cup game, he played 2 games, 1 goal. Europa League, 11 games, 10 goals. He's just purely bagging goals.
Yeah.
Amazing player. But anyways, man, I think that's about all the topics, man. We talked about Slot, we talked about Chelsea, we talked about all of these other stuff. I'm gonna probably clip all of these stuff up later tonight.
Yeah.
Because I got some organizing for filming stuff to do. But yeah, Faz, we are due a WWE stream because we got to talk about Solo Sikoa because
man. We'll get it done in a
People
few
are,
days.
you know what people are calling him?
No.
They're calling him Suge Knight. They're calling him Suge Knight. And he's gonna get a win now because they have to actually make him look like he's good. Because let's be honest, he's a scrub and he did not deserve that John Cena victory.
No.
But yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We got to talk about Backlash.
Yeah.
And yeah, WWE is looking very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, man. Guys, make sure you like the video. Make sure you share it. Make sure you check out the clips that we're gonna be posting later today. Yeah, we'll probably stream sometime this weekend. Wait, do we have UCL next week?
I believe so. Maybe it's the week after.
Okay, but anyways, whenever you see,
there's no more international break.
I think that's it until the Euros.
Right. Okay.
We'll cover that one as well. But yeah, we'll talk about that. If you guys haven't seen the old stuff, check out the stream I did about Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. Did that stream a few days ago, and also check out yesterday's stream if you haven't, because me and my sister, we spoke about Chelsea, and we spoke about the lack of finishing quality, and we cooked a little bit on the potential Liverpool manager, which I'll probably talk about later.